We're here on the island, or let's say it's a peninsula, but it almost looks like an island, of Methana, still in the region of Argolis. And it's a volcanic island. In fact, you can see that all the stones are like basalt or anyway volcanic rock. And here we have another Acropolis. I couldn't really understand the name, as different sources give different names for it, but locally it's called Palio Castro, which actually only means ancient castle. And this wall is really impressive. It's not really polygonal, it's more, polygonal of the fourth kind, with parallel lines of stones, but it's really impressive, and it's not completely, but largely unknown. I will now walk along this wall. You can see some repairs have been done on the top, fill in probably by later use. I always happen to be on the wrong side of the sun, but I'm gonna get close to show you the size of these boulders. Oh, these stones actually are really cut and they're really big. Again, a place which has been little studied. There are some hints here and there of polygonal masonry, but it's really another kind of stone here, I would say. It looks almost like tough or porous basalt, but really precise. And the stones are really impressive. Well, I'm gonna go down and get a better look. Anyway, to give some indications on how to get here for whoever may be interested, you get to the peninsula of Methana, which only has one access by a small isthmus. And from there, you drive, let's say, to the west of the island, until you reach a small town, which is just a few kilometers away, called Vati. And there you will be able to find a place. It's on Google Maps, so it shouldn't be too hard. Anyway, just to give you a sense of scale, you can see Deborah. The wall is again at least 5 meters tall. It's very precise, really, square block after square block. It's not really megalithic, but it's still serious. And you see the type of stone. You have all these little other stones which are inside the main porous basalts. Yeah, it looks like the nuraghi. The nuraghi are often made of this kind of stone. And here we have a whole other series of walls. Now we'll have to find a way to get down there. Maybe just here. Oh, really nice. Really nice. As I said, it's not easy to find it. Actually, I found it. Most information I found was on the site of a German who's studying Greece. And he's been so kind to give me some further indications when I contacted him. It almost looks like it's been rebuilt. There are some little signs of polygonal masonry here, you see. This block here, and this block here. This seems like a piece is missing there. There's the one over there, but just to give you a sense of scale, again, the boulders, the stones are convex. There's a beautiful gate here with large blocks. I'm going to get out of the sun. Okay, like this. A huge lintel, which is, at the moment is just about, I would say, 1.70 meters. So just to give you a sense of scale, the size of these blocks and the lintel here, And there's more weird old newer construction on top, so it's certainly being reused. But this is a very nice block with a very nice L shape. Here everything is collapsed, so we can't go through. There's another huge block here, another one here. We can walk along here and see what more we have. Yeah, huge blocks everywhere. Try to get to a distance where you can see the whole of it. It's not easy, trying to shade it from the sun. Anyway, there's a part of the wall coming down there, then there's the gate there with a lintel, and then there's a protruding turret here, and then the wall goes on here for another 15 to 20 meters. You can see it's really with huge blocks, and some details are quite polygonal. So we just came down from there. I'll try to shade the sun a little bit. And just to give you a sense of scale, the size of this wall, I'm going to go back to show you Deborah. Here it's more than 6 meters tall. Really big, and it goes on there. Some are really have very large protrusion, like this one. It really is coming out 15 to 20 centimeters. There's another one over there. Not all of them, but some are really protruding heavily. And again, it's not some archaeological sites showing you this. It's just private people who have a passion for these sites. I'll take you here. And here on this side of the wall, you can still see the same wall, very nicely preserved as well. And there's even some other strange arches down there, which I believe were from a later era because they're from much smaller stones. And now I believe we are inside of the perimeter wall. So we're gonna walk on top of the hill. So we're almost on top. There's a lot of small walls of small stones, like terraces, but the whole area is like this, so I believe this is more recent. But here on the top of this small outcrop of rock, which I would not even call a hill, there's still some interesting stuff. You can see beautiful square stones here. There was certainly something here. There's a nice little kind of a turret there, leaning directly on the wall, on the outcropping stone. There's also here very nicely cut, rounded blocks. It's really nice and precise. Part of it, look at this one, this one that just collapsed, fell down. But it's a huge block of stone again. It's actually, most of it has collapsed. But there was a round turret here, or whatever. You can really see how nice the curved line goes from here all the way down. Okay, it's quite dangerous here because there's a drop down of at least 10 meters. These are still, yeah, this is a built wall, and there you can see really leaning on the stone, on the outcropping rock, another piece of a turret or whatever it was, adapted to the underneath rock. And there you can see, again, like we saw this morning, there's a cliff going down, and on top of the cliff some blocks have been placed there. So a few more observations. To me, this was definitely some holy place, because you have these rounded stones here, and then it's straight on this side. Then you have these two pieces. This is a completely different kind of stone. You can see it. It's very white. That's probably limestone, whereas everything else is some kind of basalt. Here you have another one. It's the second part of that one. It actually fits perfectly. So it's been destroyed, or somebody destroyed it. Anyway, this is a volcano. It's erupted not so long ago. I believe I remember 2,200 years ago or something. So there must have been earthquakes. And anyway, to support the idea that this was a holy place, Deborah also noted here some cup holes. You see, there's a cup hole there. There's another one over there. There seems to be a third one over there. So anyway, to build a place like this here, I mean, again, who do you have to defend yourself from here on this island? And I have confirmation that all these smaller stone walls are recent, because you can see on the other side of the valley there's a lot of those all over the place. So it seems to be a way of constructing terraces for agricultural purposes, I guess, of this area. Just another view of the area with the gate and the turret that we saw in the beginning, which is just down there. We are here on top of the wall. I'll show you in a second where I am. So just to give you a sense of scale, you can see the size of this wall. I cannot, but I guess it looks quite small. And here it's all flat, so I believe this was the original height of the wall. I'll be walking a little bit along it, but from here it looks like quite a big drop. So for those who come here looking for this site, this is the only sign I could find. It reads Ancient Acropolis. I'm not sure you can read it a little bit in the backlight. And up there you can see the parts of the wall right above the cliffs, as I was showing you before from above. We were just on top of that. And here some more parts of the wall you can barely see and guess the rounded part that I was filming from above. And actually all that part is actually above the void, because there's just an outcrop of rock and it's empty underneath. But the other part you can see it quite well.